This one is about weight and gastric bypass and weight loss and all that good stuff. I'm a fat chick. Not embarrassed to say that. Not ashamed of it. There's no shame in it. It's just like being redheaded or blue-eyed. And in most cases, you can help it. In some cases, you can't. I know that some of it was my lifestyle over the years, but I was also very active up until I got sick with the fibro. And I mean, I was athletic. I was athletic growing up, and up until my early 20s, I could outgo any of my skinny friends, like on church trips. They'd be like passed out. I'd be like, "Come on, let's go." Anyway, and I maintained that until I got sick with the fibro. My eating wasn't too bad. It wasn't awesome. It wasn't perfect, but it wasn't too bad until after I was married to a man who had atrocious eating habits, and I just gradually began eating like he did as I got sicker and more discouraged. I kind of felt like I was going to die for a long time because I didn't know what was wrong with me. But anyway, fat chick. At my max, I was probably close to 500. When I had gastric bypass in 2005, I was at 459. I had dropped a little bit of weight between having the surgery and when I split with my ex, just from the fact that I was eating better, eating less. And I managed to come out of being med obese without getting heart problems or blood pressure problems or any of those things. I did have fatty liver, and within a year of the gastric bypass, my liver started testing healthy again. So that was the only obesity-related thing I actually had going, other than the fact that just before my surgery, I tested as pre-diabetic. I'd been tested for diabetes because of my weight. Anything that was ever wrong with me, they tested me. The little test, let's say H1C or something like that, that tests your average blood sugar for a 3-month period. My gastric bypass surgeon insisted that I was diabetic from this, even though it was just considered pre-diabetes, and I had no history of high blood sugar. And he couldn't get a grasp on what I was trying to tell him about the large amount of sugar I was eating from Halloween to Easter just before the surgery. It was kind of like, that guy that goes out and has one last fling before he gets married, or a person who goes on a drug binge like right before they go to rehab. It was like that. I mean, I'm a sugar junkie. I've always been a sugar junkie, and I mean, I can eat healthy in any other way, any kind of other food, any kind of, I'll eat healthy, like meals, but like sugar. It's always been, my biggest weakness and addiction. But I don't believe that I was ever truly diabetic. And I don't say that as a denial thing. I say it because I had been tested so many times and never tested as diabetic, and I had so much sugar that time period. Because I was put on glucovents for diabetes, keep my blood sugar down, and started having hypoglycemic episodes in my sleep when you're not burning sugar within a few months. And then I was taken off of that, and within a few months of that, I started having the low blood sugar without any cause. And when I started having hypoglycemic episodes is when I stopped losing weight. And like all gastric bypass patients who when they stop losing weight, I gain some back. There's a percentage that they average they gain back, and I did that. I just didn't get to my goal weight yet. So, what's going on right now is my primary physician has me on phentermine. It's an appetite suppressant, and it helps, but it's not. I'm not losing. I am just not gaining. I'll go up and down the same 10-pound range over and over again. And I thought, okay, it's not really working. So, excuse me, I'm just adjusting myself. Adjusting my undergarments. I can't get the stupid thing won't stay up. Anyway, but wait, no, this way. Here. At least make them even. Anyway, but I thought it wasn't working, so I said, okay, let's lay off for a month. I gained 17 pounds in a month. But, okay, in my own defense, when I get highly stressed, I eat wrong. And I get physically ill and have trouble keeping foods down, except for the really bad foods. And I had the incident that I talked about in a different vlog with the puppy situation and the trauma, and literally was emotionally eating. I did that back over the holidays because of some things that were very painful for me that my family had done, and gained 10 pounds over the holidays. Then took it back off, and I'm hoping that this little 17 that came on in the course of like I think it was 5 weeks total, will go bye bye. But I'm very saddened when I see like kids who are overweight and to the point that they're walking like they're arthritic and like it's painful. And because I didn't walk like that when I was a kid, but I see kids that look like I did when I was a kid, and I was an anomaly, and now it's the norm to be overweight. It's for adults and children, and it makes me sad. And I don't mean it in in a bigoted way. I just did Porky Pig. Anyway, I mean it. I feel bad for people because it's become the norm to be overweight now, and being overweight really interferes with your quality of life in a lot of ways. And if you're an overweight parent, you can't be as active with your kid as you would be if you weren't. You can't. Hello. Anyway, you can't be. I don't want to say you can't be as good a parent, because that's not true. You can be a good parent and still be overweight. But if you're overweight, you're not real physically active because of fat, or vice versa. Your kid's not going to either. And you're seeing kids with high blood pressure, and diabetes, and heart problems now, and it makes me want to cry. When I saw a little girl once who couldn't be more than 7 or 8, and she looked like she could barely walk, and I literally just wanted to go shake her mother. I don't know. But you shouldn't be ashamed of who you are. You shouldn't be ashamed of being overweight. You shouldn't let it affect you in a mental way, or in how you socialize and how you see yourself. But you should want to be healthy. And especially if you're a parent, you should want to be healthy enough to be a good parent, be an active parent, and help your kids be healthy. And, I blame the greed at fast food restaurants and the need to have the bigger, better car and home and all that stuff. People just don't have the time and energy to cook nutritious meals anymore. And you can go through a drive-thru, spend $5 and get it, food for 3 people, and feed them, with the dollar menus. And it's like the worst food for you ever. I don't eat fast food very much at all anymore, and when I do, it's very small. Every once in a while I do get that little hankering for a cheeseburger, but I'll get like a child's cheeseburger, and I usually don't finish it. So, So, yeah, my name's Heather. And I'm a fat chick. A lot less fat than I used to be, but still too fat. But, my goal is to be as healthy as I can in all the ways that I can control. I can't control my fibromyalgia or my arthritis, but I can totally kick ass at trying to get healthy in every other way. My vitals are awesome now. I mean, I have like perfect blood pressure, my heart's healthy, all that stuff's healthy. And, I'm very lucky, because I'd probably be dead, to be honest. Okay, that's all.